piece of junk.
She'll make .5 past light speed. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the dumbest Krillian freighter on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. Just a little bit of a build update here. So every Wednesday, I'm live streaming with a group of my friends, the Hobby Time Modelers crew, and we're all group building this Falcon. So I'm not doing a lot of regular build videos on it, but I wanted to hit up an important thing here is modifications that I'm making. I've made a couple of special modifications myself. Is lighting in the front here. So the stock Perfect Grade does not have lights in the front, which technically I don't think they were ever lit in A New Hope, so that's fine. But there were lights there in the model. And so when I looked at the Mandible, it has all these channels right here, literally all the way to the back, absolutely meant for wiring. It even has a U-shaped slot for an LED and a stopper, that little bracket right there. This was literally meant to be lit, but they didn't light it. Don't know why. Bandai works in mysterious ways. So what we're doing to light it is, let me get down to a different camera here. Just use the mouse. I'm not gonna be all fancy. Damn it. Yes, I know. I'm so bougie with my OmniFixo helping hands, but they're fantastic. We took a 3mm LED, we sanded the tip flat, we drilled into it just a little bit with a little 1mm pin vise. I'm lazy and I just use those. Always a text message when I'm filming. And we put in a 1mm thick fiber optic strand. I had some left over from whatever various projects I've done in the past. So we did that. And what we're going to do now is we got to heat shrink. We got to heat shrink both these contacts. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to put a tube of heat shrink over this entire LED. And I'm going to overlap like, a 1/4 inch or more in each direction. What that'll do is that'll light block the LED from blasting out through the white plastic here. And the fiber optic is not side glow, so not much light spills out the sides of the fiber optics. I'm not worried about light leakage there. So that's what we're going to do. And then I did drill a 1mm hole in that front plate right there. And it lines up pretty much perfectly with the center of that U-shaped opening, because that's basically where the headlights were on the model to the movie. So I'm going to get some heat shrinking done, and I will be right back. Alrighty. Well, we're all heat shrinked up. Be careful when shrinking this near the fiber optic, because it will. Mine started to get melty and started bending. You hold it straight up and down and heat it up again. It straightens right out. Shove it through the little 1mm hole we got there and leave excess. That way, when we paint it later and we're done, we just snip that flush with the front, and we're going to have a perfect light. And look at all those wire channels. Absolutely made for lighting. I mean, I don't know why Bandai didn't put the light in, but there's that. Now, what else did we do here? So we've got that done, and then we did our 3D print and photo etch cockpit paragraphics here. And what we're gonna do now, just show that off a little bit. I'm not a really good figure painter. I did the best I could, but yeah, it looks good. All the water slide decals are in there. And then if we let it up a little bit here, you can see all the light coming through, and there's all the little itty bitty holes in the sides. So now we also glued on these frosted strips from Paragraphics, and my canopy glue blew away the frosting. So I'm going to go over those with a little bit of white paint where needed. It's like right here, it's clear now. It wasn't clear when I glued it on. The glue melted the white frosted paint off of there, I guess. We're going to put some white paint over there, and then we're going to dab a little bit of colored paint around here. I'm taking a mulligan here, and I'm working on this thing for just like maybe 45 minutes or so, because I did miss a stream, and I really didn't get to do any makeup work. But yeah, we'll be right back, and I'm just going to break out my Tamiya clear colors, and we've got most of them. All we really need is 3 of them. in my opinion. Because in Star Wars, most lights are either, if they're not white, they're red, blue, or green. Primary colors. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of that, and I'll be right back. Okay. So I got the little green blob painted on there for that one little light I wanted to be green. And then I was like, wait a second, why am I doing all this with the paint? I don't need to do that. Because this is how I color the windows on my Enterprise D model, is the brush tip Sharpies. So I literally just went a little crazy with the brush tip Sharpies and painted behind there. And that is a water slide in front of those holes in the photo etch. And now you can kind of make it out. There we go. Well, this light has a weird flicker with the camera, but you can, it's getting a little blown out. But in person, it looks really, really, really legit. It looks nice. Oh, God. Yeah, that's got a weird effect on the camera. Sorry for blinding anybody. But there is our completed cockpit. Just got to wait for this white paint to dry. And that's that, really. Really can't do much else. I guess I could squeeze in a half an hour or something, maybe. I might throw a couple pieces on this other mandible. Yeah, I gotta say that every time I say mandible. Oh, and it's in the live stream, but this is, I think I picked this up from another builder on YouTube. I'm pretty sure. But with there's so many part sprues, and they're all the same damn color. So you do is you take that same brush tip red Sharpie, or whatever color you prefer, and color over the letters. It makes it, this way you could instantly find the letter identifier for the sprue, so that helps. And secondly, it makes it easier to read the letter on there. So yeah, that's another little helpful tidbit to have in your repertoire for working on the cockpit, or working on the model in general. Actually, sorry. I'm gonna snap a few pieces on here. We'll be back in a few. Oakley dokley. So it's a Bandai kit. It's supposed to be a snap build kit, but I was not entirely enthused with the gaps that were left by just snapping it together. So what I did was I used a little bit of extra thin cement and clamped it down with my little mini 4.5-inch DeWalt bar clamps. Now, these are kind of pricey. They're like $10 a piece at Home Depot. These are like $1 something each or $2 each at Harbor Freight. But you know what? I hate them. I hate them. Once you use one of the little nice ones, you know, I don't know. Don't want to go back. I'm just going to glue a few Greeblies on here. Nothing really important. We need to find our eye parts. Luckily, we've markered it. So we can find our eye parts. And we got to get a bunch of these tiny little itty-bitty things on there. There's really nothing special to show you there. It's just cut them out and put them in place and glue them down. Glue all these things down. Just glue them. Little to me extra thin. It's your best friend. And I'll be right back. All right. Now we've got, oh my God, those pipes are so tiny. We've got a bunch of Greeblies. Oh man, so many Greeblies. So many little tiny things to put onto this. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's it. My makeup work time for missing 1 week's live stream is done. But yeah, we went over how we're lighting it. Look at those. So, oh, they're just amazing. Look at all the Greeblies. I'm going to be building, not building, but painting the MPC Falcon of a similar scale at Wonderfest this year in the Tag Team Hobbies, painting workshop on Friday. I'll try to film some of it. I'm not sure what I can do. I'm going to bring, I'll bring my cameras. I'll bring a GoPro, maybe, I don't know, whatever. We'll figure something out. But that should be a fun little exercise. And there we go. So our cockpit is pretty much all the stuff's dry pretty much on it. And we did finish up our second mandible. Sorry, it's stuck. Just Google Sandra Bullock phenomena Muppets on YouTube, and I'm sorry in advance. It'll be stuck in your head for life. Either way, that's build update number 1, I guess, on the Perfect Grade Falcon. It's an absolutely fantastically, amazingly detailed model with a bajillion itty bitty little parts. It's quite the build, but everything goes together really well because it is Bandai. It's engineered very well. Either way, thank you for coming by. We'll see you next time on Pit Saint Hobbies. Adios, everybody.